So, ito yung example na gagawin natin. So, illustrative problem number 2. Woodrose Corporation produces a product into departments A and B. So, data for the month of August 2019 are given as follows for Department B. So, units received from Department A 50,000, completed and transferred to warehouse 40,000, and in process ending 60% completed 5,000. So loss during the month 5,000. Okay, yung cost nila given din yung from Department A, so yun yung cost from preceding department, then yung cost added natin materials, labor, and factory overhead. So sabi dyan, in this department, materials are added 100% at the beginning of the process. So requirements, prepare cost of production report under the following assumptions. So 1, loss units classified as normal discovered at the beginning of the process, loss units classified as normal discovered at the end of the process, and loss units classified as abnormal discovered at the end of the process. Okay, so yan yung problem natin. So units received 50,000, completed and transferred 40,000, in process ending 5,000, loss units 5,000. Kung mapapasin niyo wala pang work in process beginning. Okay, so ibig sabihin kahit na average or FIFO yung gamitin natin, pareho lang lalabas. But yung susunod na example, lalagyan na natin ng beginning para ma-i-apply na natin what if kapag average method yung ginamit and FIFO method. So pag tinignan ninyo, ilan yung units received natin? 50,000. Completed and transferred 40, tapos ending 5,000. So merong loss na 5,000. Okay, so ganito yan. So since ang pinapagawa ay cost of production report, so huwag kakalimutan yung heading, name of the company, then yung report na ginagawa natin, and yung period covered. So yung quantity schedule natin, total units to account for, so dalawa pa rin yung laman, work in process beginning and units received. Tapos yun yung total units to account for. Yung total units accounted for, ito yung may mababago. So the completed and transferred and work in process ending. So madadagdagan ngayon ng loss units. So since yung first problem ay normal daw, so kaya N. Kapag abnormal, A na lang. Okay? So madagdag dito ng loss units natin. Okay? So pag nilagay natin yung units dito sa yung example problem natin, so ilagay ko lang. So yung work in process beginning natin dyan ay 0, tapos ang units received daw natin ay 50,000. So kaya ang total units to account for natin ay 50,000. So pag in-account natin yan, so sa 50,000 ang completed and transferred daw is 40,000. And work in process ending ay 5,000. So dapat ang total units accounted for ay 50,000. So mapapansin niyo may kulang dito. So kulang yung nandito. So ibig sabihin meron tayong loss units. Yan yung sinasabi ko sa inyo sa problem na what if yung completed and transferred and work in process ending pag inad mo, kulang pa rin dun sa total units to account for. So ibig sabihin merong loss units. So pag hindi sinabi yung loss units, kung normal or abnormal, ang i-assume natin ay normal. Okay? So since 40 to at 5,000 ito, so 50 to, so it means ang loss units natin na normal ay 5,000. Okay? So kung if ever na hindi given, okay, so ito lang naman yung 50,000 to, 50,000 to, so dapat ang total nito ay 50,000. Okay? So lagay ko lang yung 5,000 na loss units na normal. So, yan na. Equal na sila. 50,000 total units to account for and total units accounted for. So, ano yung nadagdag dyan? Yung loss units na normal. So, kung nadagdag yung total units accounted for natin, pag nag-compute ka ngayon ng equivalent units of production, kasama na si loss units dito sa pag-compute ng equivalent units of production. So, pag nilagay natin yung EUP, yung computation ng EUP nila, si completed and transferred, yun pa rin, always 100% as to materials and as to conversion cost or yung labor and overhead natin. While si work in process ending 60% completed daw siya, kaya 60% dito. So, inad daw yung materials at the beginning of the process. So, ibig sabihin, beginning ng process, si work in process ending ay nakakuha ng 100% na materials. So, ang tanong dyan, paano yung EUP nung loss units natin? Okay, so EUP niya sa materials and EUP niya sa labor and overhead. Okay, so kailan daw na-discover yung loss units? Ang loss units natin ay normal, na-discover at the beginning of the process. So ano yung rule natin kapag na-discover at the beginning of the process? First is, no work done. 'Di ba? So do not assign work done. So ibig sabihin, dito, wala yan dapat. So, ano yan? 0 yan dapat. Okay, so, no work done. Okay, then, second ay, ano sabi natin? Adjust the unit cost from preceding department. But before tayo dun sa second, bakit no work done dito? Bakit 0 yan? Okay, so, pakita ko sa inyo kung bakit magiging 0 yung loss units natin dito sa EUP ng materials and labor and overhead. Okay, class. So, ganito siya kapag nilagyan natin siya ng drawing. Okay? So, beginning ng process, kailan nag-add ng materials 100% beginning pa lang ng process. So, beginning ng process, ilang units meron tayo? 50,000. But since na-discover yung loss units at the beginning of the process, so ibig sabihin, beginning ng process, nagkaroon ng inspection point. Doon nila nakita na merong loss units, 5,000. Ano ibig sabihin? Atong 5,000 na to, hindi siya mako-complete. Okay? So, loss units to. So, spoilage to, spoiled units to, hindi mako-complete. So, ano mangyayari dito? Since hindi siya mako-complete, hindi na siya magpo-proceed dito. 'Di ba? Hindi na siya magpo-proceed din sa susunod na process. Kasi alam mo na siyang hindi siya mako-complete. So, ibig sabihin, ilan na lang yung units na magpo-proceed dun sa susunod na steps. So, ito, 45,000 units na lang. So, from 50 nung umpisa, tapos nagkaroon ng inspection, nakita niya, mayroong loss units 5,000. Okay? So, ilan na lang yung nag-proceed? 45,000. Pagdating ng 60% ng process, sabi niya, yung 5,000 units hindi rin mako-complete. So, nasa work in process ending siya. But ito kasing 5,000 na to, hindi siya mako-complete kasi loss unit siya. So, ibig sabihin, loss unit siya, spoilage siya. Okay? So, dito, 60% ng process na iwan si work in process ending. So, ibig sabihin, from 45, nabawasan ng 5,000, ang nag-proceed na lang ay 40,000. And at the end of the process, 40,000 yung na-complete. Okay, so ito yon. Kasi 'di ba ang completed mo ay 40,000. Ito yon. 5,000 yung work in process ending natin, 5,000. 60% completed siya as to labor and overhead. Okay, so sa process, 60% siya complete. Okay, so ang addition ng materials ay at the beginning of the process. At the beginning of the process dito. Okay, so ang tanong, ilang percent si loss units dito sa labor and overhead? Okay, so kapag ganyan, since beginning pa lang ng process na discover yung loss units, so maglalagay ka pa ba ng labor and overhead? Sabi mo, ay hindi to makukomplete abnormal, loss units to so spoiled units to So, mag-e-effort ka pa ba? Maglalagay ka pa ba ng labor and overhead? Hindi na. Okay, so kaya ito, dapat ano siya? 0. Okay, kasi beginning pa lang, umpisa pa lang, alam mo nang hindi siya makukomplete. 'Di ba? So, para ano lang 'yan? Kung umpisa pa lang, alam mo nang wala pa lang mangyayari, wala kang kahihinatnan, so ibig sabihin, huwag ka na mag-effort. 'Di ba? Kaya ang labor and overhead ay 0 si loss units. Kasi umpisa pa lang, alam mo nang hindi siya makukomplete. Okay? So, pagdating sa materials naman, ilang percent yung materials na makukuha niya dito. Okay. So, dito, kailan na-discover yung loss units? Beginning ng process. Kailan nag-add ng materials? Beginning ng process. So, ibig sabihin, beginning ng process, nag-inspect na, nakita na agad na mayroong loss units. So, lalagyan mo pa ba siya ng materials? Kung alam mong hindi naman siya makukomplete, so hindi na. So, kaya, pagdating sa materials, ano din siya? 0 din siya. Okay? So, umpisa pa lang, pag alam mo nang walang mangyayari, so, hintuan mo na. Okay? Huwag ka nang pumag-asa na may mangyayari pa ang himala. Okay? So, but sabi nga, di ba, may nagtanong, kadalasan na tanong dyan, ma'am, ano po ba yung masakit? Kung kailan mo na-discover, beginning pa lang ba or at the end para ng process? Yung lost units. Okay? So, tingnan natin kung ano yung mas masakit. Kung beginning pa lang ba, nalaman mo na siya ay lost units, walang mangyayari sa kanya, or at the end of the process, dun mo palang nalaman na siya ay lost units. Okay? So, sa tingin ko, parehong masakit yan. 'Di ba? So, tingnan natin. So, kaya pagdating dun sa EUP ng material, so completed and transferred 40,000, 100% of 40,000, and 5,000, 100%, 5,000. So, ang loss units natin, 0. So, 5,000 times 0%, so 0. Then, 40,000, 100% of 40,000. 60% ng 5,000 yung labor and overhead ni work in process ending, and then si loss units ay 0. So, kaya ang EUP ng materials, 45,000. Labor and overhead, 43,000. Okay? Class, pwede ding i-memorize lang. Kapag sinabing na-discover at the end of the process, ang loss units at the end, na-discover at the beginning of the process, yung loss units. So, dito, 0 siya sa materials, 0 siya sa labor and overhead. Okay? Pwedeng i-memorize. Bakit? Secret. Okay? So, but mas mainam lang na alam mo bakit siya 0. Dito yung explanation. Bakit 0? So, beginning pa lang ng process, na-inspect na, alam mo na siyang hindi siya makukomplete. So, ibig sabihin, wala siyang makukuhang materials, wala din siyang makukuhang labor and overhead. Okay? So, yun yung explanation nun. So, ano sabi dun sa rules natin? Kapag beginning ng process, na-discover yung loss units. So, ito yung kapag beginning na-discover, ano sabi? Do not assign work done to the loss units. So, do not assign work done. Kaya pagdating doon sa problem natin, so, ang work done sa materials and labor and overhead ay 0. Okay? So, yun. Do not assign work done. Kasi bakit? Beginning pa lang ng process, na-discover na loss unit siya. So, ano yung pangalawang gagawin? Adjust the unit cost from preceding department. So, ito naman pagdating dun sa cost. Okay? So, pagdating dito sa total cost to account for, so, yun lang, cost from preceding department, 225,000 given. Then, yung cost added materials, labor and overhead. Yung labor and overhead, inad na natin sila, pinagsama na yung labor and overhead, 206,400. So, ang materials ay 135,000. So, yung cost divided by yung EUP nila, so ito 45,000 yung materials, and yung labor and overhead na EUP natin ay 43,000 para makuha natin yung unit cost. So, sabi dun kapag na-discover at the beginning of the process yung loss units, ay ano sabi nung una? No work done, do not assign work done. And yung second, adjust the unit cost from preceding department. Ito yon. Kaya itong binaks ko ulit. Ito naman yung tatandaan ninyo. Okay? So, ito yung tatandaan. So, di ba sabi adjust the unit cost from preceding department. So, anong gagawin para may adjust yan? So, dati, denominator lang niya ay units received. Kasi wala pa tayong method na So, units received. But ngayon, dadagdagan natin units received minus loss units. Kaya naging 45,000 kasi 50,000 yung units received and yung loss units natin ay 5,000. Kaya 45,000. Huwag magkakamali, hindi itong 45,000 na materials to ha. Itong materials dito yon. So, itong 45,000 paano nakuha? Units received na 50,000 minus yung loss units natin na 5,000. Okay? So, pag kinuha natin yung unit cost nila, so 225,000 divided by 45,000, 135,000 divided by 45,000, and 206,400 divided by 43,000. So, ang unit cost from preceding department ay 5 pesos. 225,000 divided by 45,000. Ang materials, 3 pesos. Ang labor and overhead ay 4.8. So, pag tinanong kung magkano yung total unit cost, 12.8. Okay, so na-adjust to yung preceding department. Bakit? Kasi dati, kung walang loss units yan, divided by units received lang yan. So, dapat 225,000 divided by 50,000. So, kung 50,000 yan, anong mangyayari dyan? So, mas mataas doon sa 45,000. So, it means, ang unit cost niya, mas mababa sa 5 pesos. So, pag kinumpute natin yung 225,000 divided by 50,000, ang lalabas dapat dito ay 4.5. Okay? So, magkano yung na-adjust natin? So, yung 4.5 naging 5 pesos. So, nadagdagan ng 0.50. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, nadagdagan yung unit cost niya. Bakit? Kasi nabawasan yung mag-a-absorb ng cost. Okay? So, nabawasan yung mag-a-absorb ng cost. Dapat magkano lang dito ang unit cost niya? 450 lang. But since nagkaroon ng loss units, ang naging cost niya na ay 5 pesos. So, nadagdagan ng 0.50. Pwedeng itanong din sa inyo kasi kung ano yung adjustment, kung magkano yung adjustment ng preceding cost from preceding department. Okay? So, from 4.5 naging 5 pesos. So, tumaas yung cost. Okay? So, i-account naman natin yung 566,400. So, pagdating sa total cost accounted for, so anong gagawin lang natin? Yung units na na-complete, ta-times lang natin yung total unit cost. So, ilan yung units na na-complete natin? 40,000, di ba? 40,000 times 5, 40,000 times 3, 40,000 times 4.8, or 40,000 times 12.8. So, alalabas 512,000. So, yun yung cost ng completed and transferred. So, wala namang pinagkaiba pagdating dito eh. So, pag work in process ending naman, anong gagawin natin? So, yung units from preceding department, 5,000 times 5, 5,000 times 3, and 3,000 times 4.8. Okay? So, sa work in process ending, ang cost from preceding department ay 25,000, ang materials 15,000, ang labor and overhead ay 14,400. So, pag tinotal natin yan, 54,400. Ano to 54,400? Cost of work in process ending. So, plus completed and transferred cost, so, ang total nila 566,400, yun yung total cost accounted for. So, balance sila ng total cost to account for. So, anong mapansin? Pagdating dito sa total cost accounted for, wala namang pinagkaiba dun sa mga dati nating ginagawa, di ba? Units times lang yung unit cost. Okay? So, na-comply ba natin yung rules natin pag loss units ay na-discover at the beginning of the process? Anong una sabi? No work done. Do not assign work done. So, wala. To. Then, yung pangalawa, sabi, adjust the unit cost from preceding department. So, na-adjust ba natin? Yes. Niles natin yung loss units dito. So, units received minus loss units, 45,000. So, ang naging unit cost niya, 5 pesos. Dapat magkano lang siya? 4.5. So, na-adjust siya. Yung pangatlo, ano sabi? Yung cost ng loss units, sino ang mag-absorb? Automatically, sino mag-absorb? Si completed and transferred and work in process ending. Na-absorb ba nila yung loss units, yung cost ng loss units ni completed and work in process ending? Okay? So, na-absorb ba nila? Yes. Okay. So, yan. Tanong ko, sagot ko din, no? So, na-absorb nila. Paano nila na-absorb? Kasi, di ba yung unit cost dito from preceding department, dapat 4.5 lang. Pero naging magkano? 5 pesos. Di ba kasama dito, dapat itong 12.8 na yan, dapat ay 12.3 lang. Di ba? Kasi 4.5 lang dapat to eh. Okay? So, naging 12.8. So, ibig sabihin yung 0.5 na yon na-absorb ni completed and transferred. Iyon yung cost ng loss units. Okay? So, si work in process ending ba, na-absorb niya din yung cost ng loss units? Yes. Bakit? Kasi yung cost from preceding department dito, tinimes natin ng 5. Dapat ilan lang yan? Diba dapat 4.5 lang yan? Pero tinimes natin ng 5 kasi inadjust natin yung loss units na, inadjust natin yung cost from preceding department. Naging 5 pesos. So, ito yung naging cost niya. So, na-absorb niya ba yung cost ng loss units ni loss units ng normal? Yes, automatic. 'Di ba? So, hindi ka naman na nag-separate ng computation ng cost ng loss unit. So, nakasama na siya dito sa 512,000 and sa 54,400. Okay? So, yan ang ang cost of production report kapag na-discover at the beginning of the process.